Star Control designers, Orig and Robert Frederick Ford have defended their decision to issue a DMCA takedown against Star Control, Origins, which resulted in the title being pulled from sale earlier this week. Origins developer Stardock has been engaged in a lengthy legal battle with Orig and Ford over the trademarks and copyrights to the Star Control franchise, and criticized the duo for choosing to bypass the legal system by issuing weak DMCA takedown notices to Steam and GOG. We attempted to get a preliminary art injunction to prevent them from issuing more false DMCA takedown notices. Unfortunately, the court ruled that it was not the court's place to intervene in the area of DMCA. Thus, here we are, wrote Stardock on the Steam forums. To my knowledge, never in the history of our industry has anyone attempted to use the DMCA system to take down a shipping game before. For those not familiar with copyright law, you cannot copyright ideas, individual or short phrases, concepts, mechanics, or game designs. With Stardock having set its piece, Orig and Ford have now shared their version of events, and reiterated their view that Star Control Origins is substantially similar to their work on Star Control 2nd. Starting from the top, the designers confirmed they agreed to refrain from serving DMCA notices while a judge looked at an injunction filed by Stardock, but that after the studio's motion was denied, they had every right to push forward with their DMCA takedown against Origins. As you might guess, we are going to continue defending our copyrights against what we feel and contend in the lawsuit is infringement by Stardock. So we served new DMCA notices late last week, commented Orig and Ford. Stardock CEO Brad Wardell has said repeatedly, you cannot copyright a word, which seems to mean that if you break down creative work into its component parts, those component parts are too trivial to be protected. Of course, that's crazy. Copyright protects original literary and artistic works that are simply specific combination of words, or images, or other content. The pair also emphasized the importance of understanding what Stardock actually purchased when it acquired the Star Control franchise in a Chase bankruptcy action. Indeed, CLAIMSTARDOCKONLY actually bought the registration to the trademark Star Control and the copyright to the original parts of Star Control 3. The bankruptcy paperwork was very specific that anything not listed was excluded, not Star Control. Star Control 2nd. The unreleased Star Control file packaging art, none of that was included in the action. They added. Getting to the nitty-gritty, the duo also claims Stardock received a copy of their 1998 contract with Star Control 3 developer Accolade, so it could understand the exact terms under which material had been licensed. That contract apparently did not grant any additional property to Stardock, but the studio now claims it holds all of Accolade's rights, and has also applied for tons of trademarks on the names of aliens Orig and Ford invented in Star Control and Star Control 2nd. What's more, Orig and Ford also assert that Star Control Origins has copied certain gameplay and design elements from Star Control 2nd, thus directly infringing upon their original work. Besides the evidence of infringement identified in our most recent filings with the court, let's compare the expression in a very limited part of the gameplay interstellar travel. One would presume that Stardock would make entirely new gameplay for Origins, or base it upon the original parts of SC3, they ought, referencing the comparison table pictured below. It's clear to us that Stardust chose to make origins substantially similar to Star Control Light INSTAD of using the original material they purchased in Star Control 3. We do not claim to have a copyright on all interstellar travel, but we do have a copyright on a specific viewing expressed interstellar travel in Star Control 2. We've seen many such examples in Star Control Origins where its expression is substantially similar to an derivative of our copyright-protected work, without our permission. As of December, a new Japanese legal amendment has made it illegal to resell digital game keys without explicit consent from software makers. The new set of rules are part of a revision to the Unfair Competition Prevention Act, which now recognizes data information recorded in electromagnetic record as a target for protection by law. While reselling has been somewhat of a gray area in the industry, it looks as though this revision will have more of an impact in models, since it specifically targets distribution of more tools and services. For example, CyberGadget's PlayStation 4 Save Editor is now discontinued on the official site, although it still seems to be available through other retailers. However, it's likely that sites that resell keys for discounts or facilitate reselling between individuals will now be affected too. While the official information on the new amendments is currently only available in Japanese, different translations of the 3 acts have now been banned, including, according to the translated information, punishments range from civil measures, such as claims for damages, to criminal penalties, including fines of up to $5,036,000
USD,
up to at least 5 years in prison. Both Skybound Games and Epic Games have partnered to bring Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season on PC exclusively to the Epic Games Store for all future purchases. Starting today, the remaining chapters of Telltale's episodic series are available through the Epic Games Store on PC, but not for other digital storefronts like Steam or Humble Bundle. This news comes after Skybound reached a deal with Telltale back in October to finish development on the remaining episodes. The studio resumed work on the final season last month, with most of the original Telltale development team rejoining the project. As detailed in a press release, players who purchased a season pass of The Walking Dead game, the final season on a different PC platform will still receive the final 2 episodes through their previous point of purchase. It's likely that the exclusivity deal was not motivated solely by sales of the game, as the press release seems to suggest that Epic helped fund development of the last 2 episodes of The Walking Dead. Epic stepped up to the plate immediately to work with us in order to bring the original team back together and ensure fans will receive the completed season of Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season, said President of Interactive Damari and Skybound Games CEO Ian Howe in a joint statement. The 3rd episode, titled Broken Toys, releases on January 15th.
2019
Slack, a popular team-based communication tool in tech spaces, has issued a wave of sudden bans to users on servers it says have ties to countries sanctioned by the United States. The deactivations themselves were sudden and instantaneous, meaning that any devs doomed by Slack to originate from Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Syria, and the Crimea region of Ukraine, even erroneously, will have lost access to any data or information they previously stored in Slack, along with losing access to communications with team members. Already, many people have taken to social media to speak out against the unannounced sweeping account closures. with some saying that the deactivations are unnecessary under United States sanctions are that their accounts were banned despite not residing in a sanctioned country. According to The Verge, Slack chalks the sudden ban wave up to an update to the system it uses to apply geolocation data based on IP addresses. However, numerous individuals on Twitter have rallied under the hashtag #SlackBan to point out that they had their accounts shut down in a variety of other circumstances, such as having visited Iran on holiday years prior or despite currently working or studying in a non-sanctioned country like the United States, Canada, or United Kingdom. Those deemed to be in violation of Slack's region-based access policies received an email notifying them that Slack had identified your Gmail account as originating from one of these countries, and that the account would be closed immediately as a result. In many cases, this leads to individuals being cut off from employers and co-workers, and results in the loss of whatever data or communications they do stored in or sent over Slack in the past.